Don't mind me, guys. I'm just sipping some Sunny D really quick. Alright, we have a lot to talk about today, and a lot of hot takes in here. I want to give Sledgehammer a round of applause right now. Sledgehammer, Sledgehammer, bravo. Thank you for not being like the Infinity Tards. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's the boy Fooly, and I'm bringing you guys another video right here on Black Ops Cold War. But today we're talking about Call of Duty Vanguard because finally Sledgehammer had something to say about the game. This isn't going to be a full review of all of the information they gave us. This is going to be a little different. But before we get into anything, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell notifications if you'd like, and let's get right into it. So this morning, or by the time you guys are seeing this, yesterday morning, Sledgehammer went on the timeline and dropped an absolute atomic bomb of information about Call of Duty Vanguard and literally reviving the hype for that game, because the hype for that game was non-existent. For good reason too. Going off the alpha and beta of that game and the small tidbits of information that we had, the game was looking awfully boring. We're not gonna lie to ourselves, alright? A lot of people will agree the game looked boring. All of a sudden, Sledgehammer tells us a whole lot of fixes that they've been working on. When it comes to visibility and audio, to me, it's kind of a given. I don't find it too impressive that they made changes to that. It's a common sense fix, nothing too impressive, but nonetheless, good job, thank you for doing that. But then I saw something that actually put a smile on my face. Sledgehammer removed Dead Silence as a field upgrade and put in Ninja as a perk. And that is what this commentary is about. Not necessarily what they added finally, it's about the fact that they listened. But who did they listen to, guys? This is where the hot take comes in for this video. A lot of people after the beta gave a ton of feedback. There's 3 classes of content creators that gave feedback about Vanguard. Now, I'm not going to drop any names or even hint at anybody because that's one of the corniest things you can do on YouTube right now. But there are some people who are being, you know, kind of down the middle, who are like, the game's not perfect, but it's not horrible. A fairly realistic point of view, I'm not gonna lie, that's not too bad. And then there were some people who were like, oh, this game is gonna be great. If you have anything bad to say about it, you're a hater. Which, that point of view is by far the worst point of view you could have about a game. Especially after its beta, when people are asking for feedback, to say that the game was perfectly fine, and then to attack people who actually had feedback. There is a special place in the gulag for those sort of people. And then there's people who are making just straight up rants, almost entirely pure critical feedback. And this is where the hot take comes in, guys. Those people who are making rant videos or very critical videos, those are the people that got Sledgehammer off their ass and start working on some actual changes. When I say actual changes, I don't mean fix visibility and audio and, I don't know, make the game playable for Xbox players, stop having them play Pokemon Yellow graphics. I'm talking real change like the Ninja perk. But that is the hot take of my video. I think rant channels and actual critical feedback are what actually did this. Sure, Sledgehammer's always done a very good job at listening to the community. I've always said that. And by the way, I've never said that Vanguard was going to be absolute garbage. Every time I talk about Vanguard, I literally always say that Vanguard is going to be better than Modern Warfare 2019 and Black Ops Cold War. And you know why I've always felt that way about Call of Duty Vanguard ever since the beginning, even though the beta was absolute ass trash? The reason I think Vanguard would be better than these last 2 titles is simply because there is no way you can make a game worse than Cold War and Modern Warfare 2019. My fucking grandma can do better than those 2 games. There is absolutely no way you can mess it up 3 years in a row. 3rd time's the charm. And honestly, thank you to the people who made critical videos. We weren't getting anywhere in the Call of Duty community saying, stop whining and complaining about Cold War and Modern Warfare 2019. You're just making the community toxic. We never got anything doing that. Making videos talking about how Ninja should be a perk and not a field upgrade. Making actual rants that brought in views, that brought in attention. Hell, even if you roasted Call of Duty and Sledgehammer and Vanguard, that is what got Sledgehammer to look the problems dead in the face and say, you know what, it's very clear that people don't like this, let's undo some things. Look, I know there are some content creators that whenever they talk about Call of Duty, it's mainly a lot of critical videos, and I understand that sometimes those can get annoying, especially when they're being a little over the top, like Blame Truth. This is not a diss to Blame Truth. I want to thank Blame Truth, I'm not gonna lie. And I know some people are gonna get insanely triggered by that. I have a couple of people I want to shout out that I'll get to in just a second. But But believe it or not, every time Blame Truth makes a rant video or he's incredibly critical about Call of Duty, those videos get thousands and thousands of views. Devs are gonna see that. Sure, it's a little mean sometimes. Honestly, I think it's kind of funny. But if you're a game developer and you just see people roasting the hell out of your game, especially for 2 years straight, you know, you would think on the third year you might do something a little different, and that's kind of what happened. Like I was saying, I want to give some people a shout out. All right, these are some of my fellow content creators and some of the bigger content creators. And I'm being genuine when I say this. I want to give a shout out to Blame Truth, to 402 Thunder, Narrow Cinema, Jay Bowen, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, Dynamite, Call Me Invader. These sort of content creators, even if their videos are way over the top, even if they're incredibly ranty, super complaint oriented, those types of videos that brought in that many views and attention, that's what got Activision and Sledgehammer to get on the same page and say, you know what, I think it's very clear now. People don't want Dead Silence as a field upgrade, they want it as a perk. And listen, I am incredibly happy about that there are actual real changes happening to Vanguard. I know it sounds like I'm incredibly angry, and that's only because, one, I'm late to the news because I have a full-time job, you hate to see it, but two, there's a lot of people out there saying a bunch of ridiculous things like, oh, the developers wanted content creators to shut up. Trust me, man, if people were roasting the dog shit out of my games for 2 years straight, I would have made common sense changes too. And like I said earlier, of course I'm happy about these changes. There's a lot of them. If you haven't read up on them, I highly suggest doing it. The thing is, I don't want them to stop there. There's still the minimap that needs to be addressed and needs to be turned back into normal. I don't know whose bright idea it was to turn it back into MW 2019's minimap. That thing was awful. Kill streaks still need to be reverted to score streaks. There's a lot of changes, guys, but right now I'm happy. I am so unbelievably happy that it actually seems like Sledgehammer took into consideration not only regular feedback, but the critical feedback. The people who were mad because they like the game. That doesn't mean they're haters. It means they want the game to be good. You know, even myself, I can become a little too passionate sometimes. I understand. I say some pretty ridiculous things. I understand. But it's because we want the game to improve, like actual improvements. We want it to progress forward and stop going backwards. Stop adding things that people knew were a problem 2 years ago in Modern Warfare 2019. Because I'll tell you one thing. Making videos saying, stop hating on Vanguard, or saying things like Vanguard was amazing, top 3 COD of all time, that wasn't going to give us any change, alright? Say what you want about Blame Truth, like I said, all the rant videos, being overly negative and complaining too much, it brought change. It literally brought change. Throughout the entire year of Modern Warfare 2019, and all of Cold War, people complained and nothing happened. People made a bunch of videos saying stop complaining throughout these last 2 years and nothing happened. And after almost 3 years of complaining, there's finally change, and all I can say is you're welcome. People were licking COD's gooch for the last 2 years when there was obvious problems, horrible gameplay designs. People were still licking that Activision gooch, and finally, after 3 years of real legitimate complaints, no matter how negative or how ranty you were, there is actual significant change. And coming from somebody who made a lot of videos like that, I just want to say, you're welcome. There's still a lot of changes that need to happen in this game for it to be a top 5 COD of all time. Even when I'm being negative and even when I'm complaining and ranting, I'm still being genuine to Call of Duty because I love Call of Duty. Even though it's definitely still not in the top 5 for me, one thing's for sure, it's definitely a hell of a lot closer than Modern Warfare 2019 and Black Ops Cold War would ever be to being in the top 5 Call of Duties of all time. If they can continue making actual significant changes, I'm not talking like, now you can hear footsteps. No, that's common sense. My fucking grandma could do that without any arms or ears. I'm talking like this Dead Silence change that they just did. Maybe a change to the minimap would be great, reverting back to the score streak system. And hey, you know what? With the amount of content that we finally have, I definitely do think it'd be a lot more likely to have a top 5 COD then. To everybody who made critical videos, and even the people who are licking Call of Duty's gooch from the back, this is a dub for all of us. Again, Sledgehammer Games, big fat round of applause to you guys. You guys did the impossible, and you stepped away from Activision's horrible game philosophies, Infinity Ward's horrible game designs, even for a little bit. Sledgehammer, thank you. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about all of these changes coming to Vanguard. Do you feel a little more hyped? And I hope for some of you that you can see some of the worth that there is in critical videos. But as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell notifications if you'd like. And yeah, guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Toodaloo.
This ain't in my body.